I think one of my favorite things about Evergreen is that it's very community oriented. You know, we're not just a school, but we're a community. We focus on our friends, we focus on our families. You know, we are a midtown school through and through. And that's probably my favorite thing.
I love that everyone here is so in tune with what they're doing and that all the teachers are connected with the students and like it's a big family.
It's a casual, nice, warm atmosphere.
The friendliness of all of the staff and all the parents. Basically from the day we first showed up, everybody was really friendly, everybody was really helpful. And it seemed like there was a real community amongst the parents as well too.
And for me, I wanted to make sure that my son had the best opportunity possible to give him an edge in life and just give him the best opportunity. And it seemed that Evergreen presented that for him.
Definitely.
I think one of the most unique aspects at Evergreen is a sense of community and family. It's also a visually very beautiful school too in terms of the classrooms, the way they're set up. One of the things that first struck me when I came to the school was that this was a place that belonged to children, not necessarily a place that belonged to the adults in their lives. Everything was eye level and everything was presented in a way that would be really fascinating. So I think that's, even among Montessori schools, is especially unique and sort of stands above the rest. So, one of the issues is between standard education versus the Montessori education is this concept of self-directedness. This idea that a child only does what is right when they are told what is right. We believe that a child does right because the child wants to do right, not because they're told or being forced to.
Montessori is more focused on making sure that this environment is very much like the home, so that the child is comforted.
The children learn independence very early and they do things by themselves. Other schools, like the daycare, that they do most of the work for them.
I don't want it to be too biased, but with a daycare they focus on, well, that's just it, caring for the child until the parent comes back. But in our classroom we focus on helping them with their independence. We don't just contain them, we help them to do it themselves. So,
where June could my daughter could put on her shoes at 14 months, put her shoes on, take them off. You see other parents whose children don't do that because the parents throw the shoes on for them. They button the coat for them, they put the socks on for them, pull the shirt over their head for them. Where in Montessori school, we let them do that. If it takes them an hour, it takes them an hour. If it takes them 5 minutes, it takes them 5 minutes, but we don't interrupt them in that learning process of being able to be independent.
That Montessori education follows the child. We follow what the child is interested in and what paths the children want to go in with their education.
With the younger ones, they start with practical life, which is all children should experience that, and a lot of schools don't offer this. And it gives the child a good foundation from the first stage to the second and to the third. Then you go on up to the other individuals of different areas that they go in. And once they have finished the primary, they are ready for the next area, elementary in their life.
The elementary classroom is an extension of the primary, certainly. Elementary children are in a different plane of development than primary children, whereas the primary mind is seeking order and ordering in its environment. The elementary child is seeking to answer the really big questions in life. Where did we come from? How did the universe get here? And so our classroom really is extending what they learned in primary, but also facilitating the answering of those questions.
Our room, compared to the primary and elementary classrooms, doesn't have the same kind of setup. We don't have specific areas for different subjects or, learning areas. It's more interdisciplinary, so it's kind of building on how things were in primary and elementary. with the different subjects tying together, but at this level, we actually learn all the things together and not separately.
I love the fact that they have a peace table, they have a peace pole. I love the fact that it's about community as well. It's about being one.
I looked at several different schools, and some of them to me appeared to be really just more like babysitting, where it's like, okay, now it's like playtime and like everybody goes outside. Here there's a lot more emphasis on letting the kids decide themselves what they wanted to do, and then there being enough staff to facilitate that and to really help the help the kids learn.
The one thing that kind of caught my mind and my eyes when I came was like my wife was saying earlier about the sense of family. So it just makes it easier to bring your child somewhere when you know that a person's really going to care for him. You just not drop him off just somebody just to watch him all day long. But he's going to be loved and protected, like it's their home. So
I love the Montessori materials that they have here. I love bringing my son here. All the other parents seem so happy to send their kids here. That's why I knew it was the right place.
At Evergreen Montessori, commitment toward quality Montessori education is felt in every aspect of your child's life and in every moment you spend at the school, from the moment you arrive in the schoolyard to walking through the halls, meeting other families and their children, speaking with the teachers, the assistants, and everyone involved in the school. This is a lively and dedicated community of people that we are really, really happy to be among.